Good morning, friends. Today is Sunday. Yesterday, as I shared with you, we were at the restaurant for Cinco de Mayo. Guys, it took us an hour and a half to be seated, and then it took us an hour to get our food. So when the food came out, we just went in because we were so hungry. And that's Mr. B in the background.
Yeah.
And so
we're gonna make that dinner we had last night, girl. We're gonna make some. Tell them what you gonna do this morning, baby.
I was about to tell them. Okay, so then when we left the restaurant, we came home and started watching television and fell asleep downstairs. So Cookie was happy with that because she wasn't down here by herself. So Mr. B fell asleep on this sofa and I fell asleep in this chair right here. So this morning, Mr. B, I told you guys, he's always on to the next meal. We hadn't even began to eat our food from yesterday, and he was like, so in the morning we can have the fajita omelet, because that's what we ordered, a fajita. And I had a margarita, which is probably why I was sleepy. That margarita was strong, and for a minute, only thing I had on my stomach was the tortilla chips and the salsa. So it was strong. But guys, it was so crowded. I didn't even show you guys my toes, because I told you guys I went to go get my pedicure. Let me show you my feet. I know, babe. Whatever. So that is the color that I chose. Well, yeah, Mr. B went and got a pedicure too, but his don't look as good as mine. Yeah, I know, huh? So, yeah, so that's what I'm about to do right now. Mr. B is about to make some of his most delicious coffee, and I am about to take out this fajita that we had left over. Let me show you guys. That's what okay, Mr. B wants to correct someone this morning, because I know I am the queen of corrections. So this is what we had, and we had fajitas for 2, and guys, it's probably fajitas for 6. They give you a lot of food. So this is what we had. We got the Texas fajitas. The Texas fajitas, and it had steak, chicken, and shrimp in it, and then all the vegetables. So we're gonna make this up. I'm gonna make it up in an omelet, and I think we're gonna have some toast. And Mr. B wants grits. And guys, at one time, Mr. B did not. He eat grits, but he didn't eat it like he does now. He always was like a person who would have rice for breakfast, but now he's like, can we have grits? Can we have? Because I have converted that tail right there. That's what I did. He is no longer a country. He's no longer a city slicker. He is now a country boy, huh? Yes, he is. He'll down low country boy. So. Yeah, and then, so I'm going to get that on real quick. I also want to show you guys, I don't know if you guys remember last year when, I don't know if I told you the story about the snakes that I saw in the backyard, and I called Mr. B to come kill them. They were probably the length of a pen, like a writing pen, but it didn't matter, because to me, I saw an anaconda. And so my mom's friend told me to get some sulfur, so I went down to the feed store and got some sulfur, and it's the Snake Eyes brand. Now the guy told me, he said, you know, the snakes don't like the smell, and it has some other stuff in it, and I just shake it around in my yard, and so that is what I'm going to do, because that's why I hadn't been in the backyard like really planting or anything, because when I saw those two anacondas back there, it was a wrap. So everything that I've been planting have been in pots, but I'm still not gonna plant anything. But I want to be able to sit out there in peace. So he said, and it has this for all these like red spider mites and black spots and stuff for your flowers. He said, but ain't nobody ever came in there and bought this stuff for no flowers. They've been buying it for those snakes. So I mean, you got this, all this other stuff it's down here for. So we're gonna put this out today. We're gonna go out and do some stuff in the yard today, and then whatever we're gonna have for dinner, I'm assuming it's going into the crock pot.
We got oxtails.
Mr. B is pushing for oxtails today. We'll see. All right, guys. So let me get these omelets going.
Put the curry on video. We're gonna do that.
It's going on my blog.
For the beef. And then we're gonna be like, wake up.
So here's the grits. Now this is a tip. These were grits that we had yesterday morning, and Mr. B had put them in a container. So I am just rehydrating them, and the only thing you have to do is add a little bit of water. Start it off on low so that the grits can begin to absorb the water, and do this kind of like puncture or mash the grits, and add a little bit more water, and then turn the your flame up higher, and it will begin to plump up, and they will begin to release, and you have your rehydrated grits. And you know me, if I can make something else into another meal or whatever, I'm gonna do it. I do not believe in throwing away any food. I'm gonna make another meal, a different meal out of it, or I'm gonna make it work. And this was a lot of grits from yesterday, and so then now, because we will definitely eat all of this up, I'm gonna add my butter spray, and we will be ready. I'm also gonna add some reduced fat-free cheese in this, and yeah. So there we go. Look at that. Creamy grits. If you want to, you can add some milk. You know, those how I make my special grits when I have my white cheddar. But yes, look at that. Creamy grits. Okay, so here is the grits, all creamy again. It was just that easy, guys. So go ahead and plate all this up, and then I'll show you what we're gonna have for breakfast, and then we are going to get this day started at 10:15, so we're late. Right, so here is our breakfast. This one, of course, is Mr. B. I don't want any bread this morning. And here is mine. And yeah, so we have our egg, we have our protein, we have our meat inside. This is Greek yogurt. You know, I am loving Greek yogurt in lieu of sour cream. And this is some salsa, and these are our cheesy grits. And we are ready to go in, guys. All right, guys, so now we are headed to Lowe's. And I just have a couple of things that I need to get from Lowe's. I am going to get some pine straw. I'm going to get, I think, 3 bales of pine straw. I'm going to get, we busted, well, last year. Excuse me. We had like that stretch water hose, the one that extends. In some kind of way it busted, one of them busted. So I need to get one of those. Hopefully they're on sale this week. This week Lowe's has their mulch on sale. But I've stopped. I haven't used mulch in about two or 3 years now, because what I found was when I used it in my area around my tree, it brought all these little like ants, and I don't know if it was like termites, so I don't need nothing to attract termites, so I've stopped using that, and I treated that area with some termite killer and stuff like that, as well as my yard. But and that's another thing I have to renew. I'm gonna have them come out here and check our termite systems. But I'm also gonna get some more of that stuff, and I need some ant killer, because we have 3 ant mounds at the top in the backyard, and so I had just a little bit left in a bag that I had put out last year, so I need to get some more and put that out back there, because Mr. B is, I think he wants to do something for Memorial Day, so I need to get those things, and I'm going to get me some flowers if I can find some in the back in the clearance area. You guys know I should have been out like at 7 o'clock this morning, so hopefully they have something. If not, I will get up next week and early and go out there and get me some things, and then we'll beginning to after next week I'll be working from home again. Yes, so I'll be able to get up really early and run to Lowe's and get some flowers and things before I start work, because I think Lowe's open up at 6 or 7, and I can do that. So I'm happy that I'm going to be back on that schedule. I still need to get my office area together so that I can have I can like work freely for the time that I'm working from home. So yes, so all of these things are happening. So we're just gonna go up here and make it to Lowe's. I think those are all the things that I had on my list to purchase for today. Mr. B asked me about the ant killer, the hose, the flowers, the mulch, and I think that's it. My mama just called me and told me she went to Lowe's yesterday morning and she bought some roses and some kind of roses that she bought, but anyway, she got them for $1 and some change, and they only had one. Otherwise she would have gotten one. And I'm like, I don't know how I feel about planting anything there in the event that we leave, but I'm not trying to plant anything in the ground. I showed you the snake, the sulfur that we're gonna put down, and actually we probably should have, well, no. And my only concern is I think with that, every time it rains, we might have to put some down. I'm not sure how that works. I'm gonna see if I can Google it to see about that, and I'm also gonna get me some mothballs. We were on this the lawn service where we would get our lawn cut at the same time that my neighbor would get their cut, so our lawn guy will also do his lawn. Well, last week was our week to get the lawn done, and he didn't want to get the back done. He only wanted to get the front done because he felt like he didn't use his backyard. Well, we use our backyard, and that's what Mr. B was trying to explain to him. And the longer that you wait to get it cut, you know, it's going to cost more money, number one. But number two is because his neighbors next to him, they don't cut their backyard once again because they can't get to it because it's up on a hill. So if I wouldn't, well, the one next to me is a renter, but even if I was a homeowner, I wouldn't want a space that I'm paying for that I could not access. I understand if you're not like the one who doesn't like doing lawn work or whatever like that, but I think I would have created like some type of stairs or something so that I can access my back lawn. But when the owners were living there, they always kept that lawn cut and manicured, and that was just for us because they knew we use that area. So we've expressed that to the renters, and so he didn't get it cut last week, but he's going to get it cut week after next, which means the lawn is going to be higher. But I'm going to ask Mr. B, okay, I'm like, if we are doing something that we need to make sure that he knows that that's the week that we're going to do something, and that backyard has to be cut. Because, and I'm also going to put the snake away down there, because that is what caused the snakes to come down on my porch last year, year before last. And because the other people who were renting that house did not cut the grass, and the county comes by and cuts the grass in September, October every year. So the snakes were there, and so they all came down, you know, looking for shelter and, you know, whatever. So we even had snakes in the street because no one had, you know, done their backyard as far as like my house back, and where they had the walls, the retaining walls. So yeah, so I was like, nope, never again, that's not gonna happen. So they moved out, and we have these, and they have been good until now. And I'm like, you have to be like really mindful and have some type of respect for your neighbors, especially when it's things like that. So when I told them about the snake thing, I told Mr. B, you make sure you tell them about the snake situation, because that wasn't cool. And we had never had any issues with snakes before, but that grass had gotten ridiculous. So yeah, so I'm gonna go back there and put and with Mr. B, and we're gonna put all the snake stuff down. And I need to stop by the Dollar Tree to get me a sifter. The guy at the feed store told me some people put the powder in an old sock and just shake it. So maybe I'll do that. I'll put it in an old sock and shake it. And you just shake it all over, like around your perimeter. But I want to put it around my perimeter. I want to put it in my grass and by my door. And it's safe for pets. He said it's safe for pets and kids and whatever, so it won't bother us. But yes, it will deter the snakes and the lizards and things like that. So guys, I am almost here at the Lowe's. See, it wasn't far from me at all. I'm almost here, and we're gonna go in here and we're gonna see what they have on sale this week, as well as what we can find as far as flowers to beautify the patio, and get this thing going. All right, guys, check you in a minute. Okay, so I found this is a Spectrify Fire Ant Shield Mound Destroyer, and for use on fire ant mounds. It's money back guaranteed, so limits new mound formation. Where to use outdoors on fire ant mounds. Kills fire ants and colonies in 24 hours. For best results, apply in the morning or evening hours. So we're gonna get this one, and that's 6 month fire ant control. We don't need that. Okay, so let's go and see what else we have. Okay, so like I said, there is another one. I am like a little late back here, and I know they had more, but they have these right here, and I'm not sure what they are, but this is what they look like. Those are really pretty. So they're trailing annuals, and it's a variety of colors in here. Now I know this looks like crap right now, but you guys watch how I bring these back to life. So I think these are 50% off, so they might be two for the price of one, so it's $8.95. I'm gonna check the pricing on those because I don't see signage up here And those are full sun. These are like, those are, oh, snapdragons. And these are full sun also. Those would be really pretty. And they're annuals. We'll go and check the prices of those. These are, I'm not sure what those are. Yeah. And then you have to remember my backyard is full sun, so I really have to be cognizant on what I get back there. I saw someone come through and they had a hydrangea. I would love to get another one of those. These are tea roses.
Well, that's why I buy all the time. It's a care you give them at home. I don't buy nothing for no $10. I ain't no way. Money.
Yes.
How much you usually bring home is $1. But you notice I don't have no dead plants home though.
These are
$5.99.
irises. Okay, these are the bar stools that we have by the gazebo. We're gonna get 2 more of these, and we're gonna move the gazebo down a little bit so that way we can have 4 people seated at the gazebo, 2 on each side. So these are $49. Can you see that right there? They're $49. So, and then if you need the smaller, just regular table chairs, those are $40. So, I guess we'll begin these next week. Okay, so right here, these are my new annuals that I purchased, and I have them in some water here. I always water them on the top, but then I also put them in a bucket or something with some water so that the root can soak up some water. And I just do that for a couple of minutes, maybe 30-45 minutes. So I just put those in here. And then this is my Dusty Miller. As you see, she is in awful shape. I have not done anything to her, including watering her. So when I get done with these, I'm gonna put her over here so she can get some water in her roots. And then I told you guys that I had a hydrangea that was so pretty, and she is really trying to hold on, but those doggone spider warts right there have like crowded her out, and she has not been able to get any sun. So I was going to plant her in this pot here, but I think this pot is actually a bit too big right now. So I have a smaller pot here that I just took some weeds that were trying to grow in there. I took this, so I'm going to plant her in here. So I'm going to start her off in a pot, and then when she gets healthy, I will plant her in a more shaded space. And then over here, as you see on the ground, I have thrown out my sulfur, and guys, I can smell it. Today is a windy day, so that did not help, but I put it all around the perimeter of my house, because I definitely don't want no more of those anacondas coming up here on my porch. And then I also put it here. So what I think I have to do every time it rains or something, I might have to apply it again, but I'm okay right now. As long as I don't have anything already up here, then I should be good. So this should be a barrier for up here. And then I also put some up there also. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and plant this, and then I'll share with you guys once I have her planted. Okay, so here is where I'm gonna sit my hydrangea for now. I'm gonna get a stand or something to put her on, because they do well in shaded areas. And just want to make sure that she has enough water. And then for the next couple of days, I will come back through here and water her. And then these are some of those spiderworts. These things grow everywhere. So I pulled these up. I'm going to put them in a pot and just to root them, because I just pulled them up. They will re-root, and I'm going to plant these by the mailbox because I want some. I'm starting on the curb appeal out in the front. And this is just a quick overview of what we did out here so far. And you see we've put all of the pine straw out, and we've cleaned this area. I'm about to go to Dollar Tree to see if they have that bleach, and then we're gonna bleach all of this. This is some Ajax where I cleaned these chairs here, and I'm gonna re-bleach those chairs, and I think I'm going to spray paint them. I'm gonna spray paint both of them white. And Mr. B is about to come out here and cook, and we've put this pine straw all around here. I need another bale, and I need some right here. And we pulled some of these branches off of my neighbor's trees, so we're gonna cut those down. And we did all of this right here, and we just need to power wash the house right here because it's about that time. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed these 2 days videos, and I will see you in the next video. Have a great Sunday, friends. Bye-bye.